Keep your head, neck, back erect. Relax and make yourself to the state of repose. Align yourself with the center, getting far away from your body and mind. Parasharya Sarojamalam Gītārthagandhotkatam Nānākhyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadeiraharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Vyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradhvamsena Shreyase. Simple bombing. The prayer was salutations to Rishi Vyasa, the author of Mahabharata, eventually, our Bhagavad Gita too. The nectar, the elixir-like words of wisdom of Parashara, Vyasa Maharishi, the other name of Vyasa. It's been found in the flower of Lord Krishna, flower found in the petals of Lord Krishna, where there are innumerable bees coming up and finding the nectar. Let us all be one of them. So today it would be 2.45. Again, a very important shloka, an often quoted shloka from Bhagavad Gita. You will know why. 2.45. Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nityasattvasthaha Nirdvandvo Nityasattvasthaha Niryogakshema Atmavan Niryogakshema Atmavan. The shloka Pratipada is very, very vital. Of course, all the shlokas, every word is signifying, is revealing importance of greater extent. So I'm trying to sublimate the meaning, making it to the real crux so that you people can understand as coming from West, because not much of the introduction about Vedas, about our scriptures, about the tradition is being oriented to you. Hence, I'm not going into the detailings of what Krishna is actually saying, but essential crux will definitely be delivered. Okay. Now, before understanding the shloka, three terms have to be understood well, which are the trigunas, the triads of gunas. Gunas, if you lamely translate, then it would be qualities, but though they are not qualities. To me, gunas are supposed to be the essential ingredients of entire universe. Like how we see the Panchamahabhuta, the five elements, being the essential, basic, common structure of the entire universe. We also believe in Indic tradition that these triads, the trigunas, are the essential ingredient. Is this how the cosmos is made? Yes. Is this how you are made? Yes. Is this how you work? Is this how you think? Is this how you sleep? Yes. With all these things, we do our essential activities, starting from breath to sleep. All of our activities are being composed of these three ingredients: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Going backwards, tamas is the inertia aspect in everything. Like, for example, you find a stone, you find a mountain in this universe. What is that energy which makes it abundant and at the same time stationary? That is tamas. You find yourself lethargic, sleepy in the night, or sometimes it so happens that your pathological report says your thyroxine is producing less and you are feeling dizzy, lethargic, exhausted. It is your tamas. So from mountain till the imbalance that you have in your body, everything, this inertia is being, encompassing. Now moving ahead, the second in the row is rajas. Rajas, loosely translated as passion, is the indomitable energy which is always in the run. Like you have this, this is potential energy, and when you drop it, it turns into kinetic energy. So the energy which takes the form and the movement and which is always in the run, which makes you swell, which makes you go boom, that is rajas. For example, the same mountain which has wings like Mainaka Parvata in the Ramayana comes up when Hanuman is flying across the oceans. Then that is rajas. Previously, mountains used to move. Okay. Now coming back, if you find yourself anxious, if you find yourself, extremely working hard, intense, applying your brains, trying to create something or trying to design something, propelling yourself to strategize, all these things are encompassed by the essential ingredient called rajas. The first one being sattva. Sattva is essentially light, my dear. Light can be light, prakasha also. Light can be light, which is not heavy, both. So to relate it with this article or a thing that you can find in universe, it can be sun, which is bright. It can be you yourself also when you feel lighter after Dhyarti, lighter after Shavasana. It could be you yourself when you're doing some activities of charity and that moment where you're not excited or swelled, but you are put to a state where you're peaceful and elated at the same time. So that is sattva. Now the point here is when you compare all the three, as a beginner, as a spiritual aspirant, when you listen to all these things, you get to understand, okay, sattva is what? seems to be nice, seems to be good, and we have to stick to it. Or perhaps sattva is the thing that we have to ordain ourselves into. But that's not true. I'll give you an example what Thakur says, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says. He says there is this prisoner who is being bound with iron chains, silver chains, and golden chains for years together. Oh, he's in this dark prison. One fine day, he finds a small hole. A brick fell off, and he finds a small hole. It is not a hole; it is a hope for freedom. So Thakur asks the question: which chain does the prisoner will break? Which chain will he break? Will it be iron? Will it be silver? Will it be golden? Will he keep the silver and golden chains because it can cost a fortune for him? Or while running, he can hold those chains and be slow, get caught by the policeman? Never. He will not do it. He will try to break all the three, right? Although sattva, rajas, tamas are the basic ingredients of our creation, of our universe, they are essentially the shackles which binds us away from the freedom. They are bondages. Why, madam? Sattva seems to be nice. Why do you say, Lalita, like this? Sattva is goodness, sattva is light, sattva is wisdom. When you act being in sattva, or when you act for sattva, slowly it is human mind at play. When the human mind is at play, slowly it starts to find the profit out of sattvic actions. It starts to expect. Or even unintentionally, it so happens when something dark dawns upon, oh my God, I've been doing all good to the society. Why is this happening to me? And then you get to understand, okay, I've been expecting the goodness just because I've been good. Now, this kind of darkness starts to veil, create a veil on your intellect. So what do you mean to say? You shouldn't be doing good actions also. Krishna says, Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. Veda talks about three ingredients, sattva, rajas, tamas. But oh Arjuna, Nistraigunya Bhava. You try to transcend all the three. How do you grow through all the three? My God, how can I come out of this cycle of sleep, waking up, dream? How is it possible? I'm a man, I'm a human. I'll eventually sleep. Even if I don't sleep one night, I'll be sleeping the other in the morning. How am I going to get out of tamas? How am I going to get out of rajas? How am I going to get out of sattva? This is near to impossible. But Krishna has already given us a fair idea how to be away from all these dualities, how to grow through these ingredients. He prescribes nishkamya karma. What is nishkamya karma? He prescribes such actions which has no potential expectation out of that action. How do you try to delete this? How do you try to start with this? He tries to say that why can't you divinize your action? Let the divine dynamism work through you. That is his able suggestion. Very, very close, very relatable, very much applicable, I should say. Hence, Karma Yoga is never different from Bhakti Yoga. Not even Acharya, Shankaracharya, is creating that margin between Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga is different school, Bhakti Yoga is different school. No? He says, Traigunyam samsaro vishayaha. When you eventually act with all these goodness, passion, and lethargy, when you act with all these things put together, you will always be in trouble. You will always be in shackles. You will be in samsara. You will be in this ocean of world wherein you will go up, come back, take the birth, and then grow through this old age, disease, death, and then come back. Because you will have essential account of karmas. Good karmas, bad karmas is always at your back. You will have to come down. This is filthy. Why filthy? Because it is not pleasure on the whole. It is not happiness all throughout. So going away from these three ingredients, transcending away yourself from the trigunas, from the triads, is the only solution. Divinize your action. How do you divinize your action? What do we essentially do while we act? Like, for example, we are trying to clean our washroom. It's a simple action where you wash your bathtub, where you wash your basin, so that you can have good bath. So that all the family members can have good, nice, replenishing bath. Or what happens when your young lad comes in with the dirty feet inside? Suddenly you start to scream. Why did you do it? I've put lots of efforts in cleaning this with brush. Did you do it? I want you to do it. Now, come on. This is so original for us. Now, in this action, what had happened? There is so much of efforts put in, self-will put in, ego put in. Right? This is nothing but you are into that cycle of triads. This is the perfect example of being with the triads. And hence we are in trouble. And you don't feel like cleaning the bath for about a month or so. Oh my God, what's the use? Next hour, he comes from the football ground and then there. Krishna says, divinize your action. Work through him. Have the happiness of cleaning the bath, not the happiness that comes out of cleaning the bath. I'll give you a beautiful story. There was this Sant Ekanatha. He was greatest saint of all times, even in Maharashtra state of India. Even now, his bhajans, his verses, his poems are being sung with lots and lots of, music put together. He was a great saint. He had his guru called Janardana Swami. He served his guru. He always was at his, disposal. He was very docile. He was doing all the chores from the morning till evening. This guru got so immensely pleased with this disciple's attitude, Sant Ekanatha. Then he prayed his Ishta Devata, is his deity, Lord Dattatreya. Lord Dattatreya is again famous deity all over in the parts of Maharashtra, who is supposed to be the son of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha. And it so happened that the deity was pleased, and he, came flesh and blood, gave the darshan, while Sant Eknatha was taking bath in the Godavari river. The guru was immensely pleased because the deity is pleased, and Shishya is also, the disciple is also blessed by the deity. So he was waiting for the experience to be shared. He was waiting in the ashram. This guy comes after taking the bath with small pitcher of water, and he cooks food. He brings in water. He washes the feet of Guru. He makes him have food. He makes him sleep. Not one word. The Guru was amazed. He didn't speak a word. Am I being fooled? Didn't the deity give the darshan? So he, in the evenings, start to break the news. What had happened? Didn't you have the darshan in the river? My deity had come up. My Natha has come up before you. He said, yes, he did. And then started to do his own chores. And he called him again. Come here. Why are you acting so normal? This is most blessed thing an aspirant can ever have. The God, flesh and blood, the divine himself has given the form. For you, it's a blessing. It's a blessing given by the Guru and the divine. What else do you want? Why are you acting so normal? Couldn't you share your experience, how you felt? You know what Eknatha replied? Guru, don't I behold your vision every day? Don't I get the happiness every day? Don't I get the happiness of serving you every day? What is more happier than this thing itself? You see the intent behind the action? That's very important. The beginning phase of an action has to be strongly, willfully aware of. When you are strongly aware there, you're out of so many troubles. The problem is that we are just into the action without any awareness. We continue to do this because mechanically, so look, listen, there's this machine also does the same work, also has nishkama bhava. It doesn't think about its own will, whether the machine would be paid. That is not karma yoga. You should not do things mechanically, like machine-like. There should be some divinization form. Enjoying the action all by themselves while doing those actions. Finding the contentment, finding the purest form of contentment while doing the process. That is what is suggested in Gita. Nirdvandvaha. You'll be away from dualities. What are all the dualities that you see in this universe? Mana, apamana. You've been praised, you've been insulted, you've been scolded. Sukha, dukkha, pleasure, pain. It will be intensely cold in December, January in Romania. Now it is amazingly dry, humid, hot. So everywhere, at all points of time in your life, you always are in this crossroads. Either this or that. You've been troubled by this. When you're in peak winters, you find, oh my God, there should be some warmth. Troubled by the humid weather, you feel like, okay, there should be some rains and coolness. No? Sometimes it is so sweet, and the sweetness itself feel like, okay, I have to get out of this house. Sometimes it is so strong and sour, you feel like running away from the other house. Where are we going? Krishna is saying, what am I asking? The maximum thing that I'm asking you to live peacefully, live with utmost happiness, live in the state of complete repose. What is so wrong in it? What is so difficult in it? I'm giving you all the methodologies. One, the intent behind the action has to be divinized. Two, never flinch away from the dualities. Transcend them. You start with one thing, the other things comes as cascades, you you try to you try to apply one principle. It's so beautiful that you are ordained in that regime already. How can you be like that? What is the real purpose? Just to be happy? The real purpose is Atmavan. How do you align yourself to the truth? How do you set in yourself to the truth? We've been discussing about lately about various systems of human body, physiologically speaking, endocrine, nervous, musculoskeletal, enteric nervous system. We're studying that lately. And of all the systems, one common thread that I see is this set point that the system is doing, that this human body is doing. There's always one normal point where the system is trying to hedge up to. If anything goes wrong, the systems try to coordinate with each other, even if it is endocrine. It coordinates with the nervous system, trying to get some energy or trying to throw some energy back and then bring it to the set point. Now, when this stupid body can do it, how to come to a set point? How to come to a normalcy, state of normalcy? Why can't the whole human having this body, mind, intellect, energies all put together with full of awareness cannot do it? I don't understand. It has to be natural. It has to be original. Aligning yourself to the truth. See, when it is so easy, when you find anything singular, consciousness being singular, you are at safe place. When you find something as another one, duality, number two, then mind is at play. Mind is at work. What is yoga saying? Yogaha chitta vritti nirodhaha. Try to reduce the play, the work of your mind as much as possible. Only then you are in the state of yoga. It is the mind that is saying that person is another. This is heat. That is cold. When you are aligned with your center, aligned with your truth, there is nothing called dvandva. There's no state which is away from singular. I, I don't know whether I'm stating it right, or I don't know whether you're understanding it. But whatever is delivered from my heart. Rama does this, in Valmiki Ramayana and the Aranyakanta canto starts with this shloka. Pravishyatu maharanyam dandakaranyam atmavan dadarsha ramo durdharshaha tapasashrama mandalam. Even now, the forests of Chhattisgarh, Dandakaranya, the forests of Amarkantak, very dark, very dense, very hard to move in. Back then, it was even more difficult. How is that he's going to protect his brother, his wife, who is all along their feet? Nothing to get protected, no shelter. How is he going to enter that dark, dense forest? Valmiki gives the answer, Atmavan. Because he is a person who ordains himself in the consciousness all the time, who sets himself in that set point, who brings himself back to that set point. When the mind is at play, when the emotions are at play, he brings himself back. It doesn't mean he doesn't cry. It doesn't mean he doesn't get angry. But he knows how to get back. Atmavan. Krishna also uses the same word. Nirdvandvaho, nirdvandvaha, nityasatvastaha, niryoga kshema, atmavan. Realize you are that consciousness. Recognize that you are that singular. Nirdvandvaha. You'll be away from dualities. Only then you'll be away from dualities. Because once you understand, everything is that self. You emanate what is that you see outside. You reflect what is that you feel outside. It is all mental work. It is all the play of Manomaya Kosha. Hence, when you draw that back, absorb that back inside, it is easy. All dualities are lost. You are in the state of self. Nirdvandvaha. Nitya Sattvastaha. Always in the state of Sattva. Oh, Lalita, you were saying you have to transcend Sattva. Now you're again saying you have to be always in the state of Sattva. What is that Krishna is trying to? Here, Sattva does not mean that ingredient. Sattva here means swastha. Establishing in self. Always establish yourself in self. In that truth. How is that possible? I have to manage 20,000 people around me. No? There are 20,000 workers underneath me. Each one is a different character, different specimen. How am I going to manage? Manage in such a manner that Rama has done, Krishna has done. You can be angry, you can be fierce, you can be you can be crying, you can be all tears. Nothing should inflict yourself. Leela yate. It has to be like a game. In a game, you're the tiger and the goat. We played that, right? In the yoga trip. The tiger and the goat, Nadia. Yeah. So definitely we were goat. Definitely we were tiger. But didn't we know that we are not goats and tigers there? Did you start eating the grass underneath during the game? No. No. Similarly, do it as a game, do it as a drama. Oh, lately we are doing this teaching practice sessions. I'm taking this yoga instructor course for a few people. So you have to be a strict teacher. So I was always in the fierce mode, scolding people. Why did you miss this point? Why did you miss that point? This is not done. This is not acceptable. And there's one woman, she's not here, comes up and then saying, why are you raising your voice like this? Why are you boiling your blood? I said, not once my BP goes up. I was boasting myself. But the point here is, all the emotions can be mobilized only when you don't touch them. When they are not powerful enough to touch you, to inflict any kind of pain, any kind of suffering within. When you know that art, you are in the game. There's this beautiful story, very tasty story. Tasty because it is one thing which can be analyzed by your all eyes, ears, tongue, all sense organs put together. So this is a traditional one, which is always, which you find in any Indian house, any mother talking about it. Krishna was a small young lad, 5-year-old, not even 5, perhaps less than 5, and his elder brother was playing with him. Suddenly he took a lump of sand and then ate the sand. The elder brother runs to the mother and then says, mother, you know what had happened? This guy out, he's eating all filthy sand inside, and you have to now work. And this mother comes running. Krishna, did you eat sand? He says, no. Krishna, did you eat sand? He says, no. Come on, you open your mouth. And then when he opens, she sees the entire universe. Not only the entire universe. She sees multiverses. She sees her own self in the zillion times, seeing zillion times Krishna's mouth. And then inside Krishna's mouth, there is another, her own self. There is another Krishna. And then suddenly she got unconscious of this all thing. What is happening? My God. God beholding all universe and multiverses kind of concept cannot be digested by everyone. That vision itself is a bit hyped up thing. And then when she was conscious, Krishna was a young lad again, 5-year-old. She forgot everything and she tried to tie him in the bark of the tree. And then Krishna doesn't want him to be tied. So he thought of himself, oh, when I cry and become scared or fearful, perhaps Mama would leave me. Mm-hmm. And the greatest trouble for Krishna is trying to look scared. Because he does not know how to be fearful, it seems. He hasn't been that way. Hence, he is invoking the god of fear, it seems. This Bhagavatam is very beautiful kind of scripture, which tries to portray big concepts in small different symbols, symbolisms. He tries to call God of fear. There is nothing but God of fear. But this embodiment comes up and then feels like, oh my God, the divine, the highest, the ultimate divine is calling me. Oh my God, I cannot come. And then it got fearful, it seems. It got scared. And looking at that facial expressions, he tried to imbibe the fear in his face. The story is beautiful. The story is very tasty, as I said. But the point here is imbibe fear, imbibe anger, imbibe as if it is just a shadow, not at all over you, not at all dominating. This is how you have to manage your emotions. Atmavan again. Because he knows he is the abundant energy. How can he be scared about anything? How can he be worrying? Because he is the consciousness. He is the universe. I am the universe. I am the consciousness. Nirdvandaha nitya sattvastaha. Always stabilize yourself in self like that. Even when you are being dragged away by the situations, even when you are feeling that you have to emote, you have to speak, they should never touch you. They should never dominate you. Get back to that set point safely. They will never. Nitya sattvastaha. Next comes niryogakshay. It's a different thing. I took so long, I'm very sorry, but let me finish the entire shloka. Niryogakshema bhava. Loosely translated, you should be above all acquirings and preservations. Here, yoga does not mean yoga. Here, yoga means accumulating things, What do? We think that we will be secured when the bank account is full, fat. We think that we are secured only when we have good shelter, good number of assets on our name. Everything related to property. We think that we are secured only when people are around me, committed to the relationship. We think that we are secured only when the kids are there to take care of me, because once when I grow old, I'd be in a position not able to work, not able to take care of myself. Perhaps my brain goes haywire. I can have dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever be the reason. So on this note, we try to hanker after things, people, trying to win expectations, trying to satiate people's desires, doing n number of things which are completely non-relatable to what the state of security means. What do we see all around? Look around. People who have fat bank account, are they secure? People who had good amount of years put into relations, 25 years of marriage, 5 kids, are they happy? Are they contented? Look at your papa, look at your mom. Are they happy? We all had this. Look around. And we are doing the same mistake, thinking that when I'm old, when I am not incapable of doing things, there would be certain things, these factors which would help me. This is the height of stupidity that we have. It's completely nonsensical. Krishna says, never engage yourself in preserving things. Never engage yourself in acquiring things. And he gives a promise. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I will take care of your yoga. I will take care of your kshema. I'll take care of what you have to preserve. I'll take care of what you have to acquire. Okay, here I'm not saying Krishna believe in Krishna, he is the Lord. It's not a religious sermon, but I'm saying when the divine plan is being designed in such a manner that you will get X amount of assets, you will die on X bar, X bar, X, 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 X. What else you're going to secure? What else you're going to acquire? How much more can you do it? Can you do it? It is a divine plan. It is being designed so. Do you mean to say that I shouldn't be running errands? I shouldn't be working at all? I shouldn't be saving money? No. I mean to say, don't lose your crap for saving money in running errands. Because people do that. They lose it on doing such things. Why? Why? Chikirsha, jigyasa. People think that there is an extra thing that I have to do. By doing it, I'll be relaxed. I'll be peaceful. By acquiring that, I'll gain more power, more freedom, and I'll be happy. By knowing this thing, I'll be happy. There are certain people who always does n number of courses, all put together. By knowing that thing, I'll be more knowledgeable. By knowing this hack, I'll be doing this. I'll be more powerful. It is endless, my dear. It is endless, and you will run nowhere if you're going to do this. It is Acharya Shankaracharya's caution that don't get stigmated by this chikirsha and jigyasa cycle. There is nothing else that you have to do. You have to be here, be in the existence and enjoy. Sit and enjoy. Chikisha will make you restless. Chikisha will make you rajasic. Chikisha will say, okay, there is a reward, and with that reward, I'll be happy. I am going totally against, psychological concepts, because according to a Western psychologist, that sense of reward gives you pleasure. That's one great factor in the theory of happiness that they have got. I don't want to name, you know him. But honestly, according to Acharya's wisdom, sense of reward will put you into deep crap. Because the sense of reward, what will it try to induce is one thing more. This is not enough. Or the degree of achievement is not enough. Again, you are in the mind's play. You're rewarding your mind. How can you reward your mind to have good amount of pleasure? You know your mind, right? That's your child. Hence, Krishna says, don't go there. Don't run for acquiring things. Don't run for securing things. My mother-in-law had this niyama, what do you call niyama? An observance of having 50 saris. Every 51st sari, she tries to exchange or give it out with, to another, to her sister, to her sister-in-law, or to us. But still, 50 is too much. When I opened the Almera, it is too much. What's the use? Then I realized, why should we preserve? Why should we check? And she is a preserver of saris. She knows how to preserve silk saris, cotton saris. There are times categorically she spent how to take care of her cotton saris. What's the use? Who's going to take care of her cotton saris? How she did? Although we're going to use them, but still, I'm not going to preserve like that. I'm highly indisciplined in that manner. What's the use? Niryoga kshema. Don't get into that cycle of yoga and kshema. I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry. God is there. You're already into that plan. You have that design already. And be Atmavam. Understand, realize who you are. Stand by the way. Abide by the way of truth. I think I spoke enough. Thank you. And questions.